Greetings and welcome to yet another Morrowind Mod of the Month video, this time around celebrating the best mods of August 2017. As always, I'm your host, Snorkel, and this video is a little late this time around, but nonetheless, there were some great mods released in August, ranging from immersive additions, new replaces, items, and some very strange and curious joke mods. And in total, over 57 new mods released for Morrowind in August, but only the top 3, as voted by you guys, can be included in our Mod of the Month video. And speaking of, we have a new online poll up for the best mods of September 2017, down in the video description below, so please do go vote in that. And of course, while you're there, you'll also find all the download links for the mods that we'll be looking at today. And with that out of the way, let's get things started with our Mod of the Month for August 2017, which this time around is Shattered Stones and Earthquake Mod by Greatness7, R0, and Vtastek. And like many of R0's mods, this is really an immersion mod that adds earthquakes to the rather volcanic region of Molag Amur. While traveling in this region, you'll occasionally get an earthquake which shakes the camera and produces a trembling noise, with rocks seemingly shifting and falling down hills, and for all the world sounding and feeling like Red Mountain is about to explode. This is a rather nice touch, since Molag Amur region is one of the more, I would say, unstable regions on Vtastek, and now it actually plays the part, making travel through the region an interesting experience. Fair warning though, to those who, get motion sickness, the camera shaking caused by the rumbling of the ground will no doubt unnerve you, and possibly make you sick if you get a particularly long set of earthquakes. Though I'm kind of, cheating a bit here. I set the global variable for a chance at earthquakes to 90%, so we could feature several of them in a row for this video. Normally they don't happen quite as often, but anyway, since we record these videos with sound turned off, let me just shut up for a moment so you can hear what these earthquakes sound like for yourself. It's really a very atmospheric and again very immersive mod, and it even works in interior cells like Velothi tombs. As you're delving through these ancient remains of some noble Dummer's grandparents and the like, you'll hear the shaking and tumbling of earthquakes combined with dust particles that have been shaken loose from the ceiling, and this is just a really cool effect, and at the risk of overusing this word, just really atmospheric and adds to the unique feel of Morrowind. Now it should be noted that you'll need the latest updates for both the Morrowind code patch and the Morrowind graphics extender for this to work, both of which were updated earlier this year, so you might need to update if you haven't done so for a while. And anyway, the absolutely immersive, cool and unique feature that this mod adds to the Molag Amur region makes it more than worthy of being our Mod of the Month for August 2017. Now next up, our second pick for the Mod of the Month is none other than the Tribunal code patch by Snorkel the Dolphin. And alright, so this is well, I suppose this is a rather curious and unusual mod to say the least, and I'm not really even sure how to categorize it. It seems to be a sort of joke mod, but it's awfully big and elaborate for your typical run-of-the-mill joke mod, like those simple and largely useless joke mods that the Drunken Mud Crab makes. Regardless, this came in second place in our online poll, even though I suspect many of you voted for it just to force me to showcase it. But ignoring that, it is a rather impressive project for what it is, even if I'm still not entirely sure what it is. And from a gameplay standpoint, this mod changes a lot, completely overhauling large areas of the game, and indeed you'll need to start a new game to play this mod. And a fair warning, you should really play this mod on a fresh install of Morrowind, as it will conflict with almost every other mod out there, or at least most of them anyway. And you'll find new birth signs, new dialogue, and just a lot of new stuff in general. From what I understand, the Tribunal code patch is an expansion to Morrowind 2, and it actually includes Morrowind 2 in the mod. Some of you are doubtless already familiar with Morrowind 2 from the mod's Tumblr blog, or possibly a number of the YouTube videos that have been uploaded for the project, and you can find a link to the mod's YouTube channel down in the video description below. And much like Morrowind 2, the Tribunal code patch overhauls areas of Mournhold with lots of strange, curious, or potentially weird content, much of it related to Elder Scrolls references, pop culture references, gaming references, memes, and so on and so forth. And this is quite obviously a mod that's meant to be played for fun and for, I'm going to add air quotes here, the lols, and not so much serious long-term gameplay. And I'll admit, while many of the references go over my head, being as I'm an old curmudgeonous hermit who only rarely pays attention to pop culture and memes and mostly just yells at Skyrim players to go play Morrowind instead, Some of the content here is a bit amusing. You've got things like the mystery van from Scooby-Doo, one of the androids from the Star Wars prequels, the little track booster things from Sonic the Hedgehog, St. Jib in a Samus cosplay outfit, though don't insult him about that. Apparently he doesn't like to be made fun of and will respond aggressively. And now each district of Morrowind represents a different part of the game world of Morrowind. In the Tribunal code patch, there's the Tribunal district, which we just saw, and the Morrowind district, formerly known as God's Reach, which is an odd mix of different architectural styles, floating objects, and curious pop and gaming culture references, which span everything from Sonic the Hedgehog to the car from Cars, including a ton of curious and strange music. Though you could say that almost everything in this mod is a bit strange, but again, it's a mod that's meant to be played for fun, and, not so much serious play. There's also a Blood Moon district, formerly the Plaza, which is filled with Nords, half of which are apparently naked, snow, ice, Nordic mead halls, and houses, and Imperial Keep, and again, yet more gaming and pop culture references, including a large mead hall with an R Skyrim banner, apparently referencing the Skyrim subreddit. We'll take a look inside that here in a bit, but, first we'll explore the plaza a bit more. And oddly enough, there's an airplane here, for some curious reason. It might be a reference to something, but I can't really think of what that might be. And also there's a Silt Strider, of course, because why not? And going inside the Skyrim Mead Hall, it's apparently filled with sheep. Lots and lots of sheep, who you can talk to, but all they say is bar. They may or may not be a joke at the expense of the typical Skyrim player. Who can say for sure? And again, the Tribunal code patch does also include everything from Morrowind 2, which changes the appearance and layout of a number of familiar Morrowind cities, from Caldera to Cedar Neen, Balmora to Saran, and so on and so forth. This is a really massive mod, and we're only just, touching on the surface here. We're going to be skipping over so much, really. I mean, you kind of have to just play the mod for yourself to see what's here. And since I kind of like to keep these Mod of the Month videos on the shorter side, it's impossible to really show off everything that's included with this mod, but perhaps we'll do a more detailed showcase of Morrowind 2 sometime in the future. In the meantime though, there's a lot to see and do here, with a lot of jokes and references built in to make for an enjoyable time, hence why this rather ambitious, if a bit curious project is our second pick for the Mod of the Month for August 2017. And finally, for our third pick, we have Danke's Armors by Danke. And now, as the name of this mod would imply, this is a rather large collection of unique sets of armor created by Danke, including many of his previously released armor sets, some of which I think we've actually showcased already in the past, either here on the Morrowind Mod of the Month videos or on Morrowind modding showcases. And in any event, you'll find these new armor pieces in a variety of locations around Vvardenfell, including various shops, homes, locations of notable and quest-important NPCs, and even a few dungeons here and there. And many of the armors here are designed with their owners in mind, though the armor is not worn by any NPCs as to avoid potential conflicts, but because they're designed with specific NPCs in mind. You'll have special armor like the Duke's Ceremonial Armor Set, which consists of a special ebony chest piece, or you'll have a special Battle Mage armor for the Archmage. There, since these NPCs aren't wearing the armor, you're free to just pick them up and take them for yourself, which might be a little bit unbalancing considering the stats on some of these armor pieces, but oh well, you still have to actually find them first, so there's that. Taking a look at one of the more unique armor sets in this package, we have, I believe this is called the Sacred Armor Set, and this is one of the ones that's hidden away in a dungeon somewhere, and it's a really cool looking set of armor, very imposing and dark, but nicely detailed with a lot of engravings, not to mention that almost unicorn-like horn sticking out the helm here. And you might also notice the eye slits, which is an interesting little detail here. And now we won't be taking a look at every new armor set here, and many of them are incomplete with only a few armor pieces. Most of them, for example, don't include any leggings or gauntlets or things of that nature. And we'll also be skipping over the armor sets we've already showcased in past videos, like the Dishonored Mask, which is included here, and the special Telvanni armor that we've also showcased individually in past videos. Having said that though, this package contains new armor for all three great houses on Vvardenfell, with both Raidoran and Talalu armor pieces available, so there's a little bit of something for everyone. And there's even a couple of 6th house inspired armor sets, if you're feeling a bit on the evil and dark side. And these new armor pieces come in light, medium, and heavy armor, so whether you're a thief, a mage, or a fighter, you should find something to suit your playstyle. And we're going to take a look at just one more armor set here, and this one has a quiver full of arrows, which is a nice cosmetic touch. And all in all, this is a fine collection of new sets of armor for you to check out, hence why it's our third choice for the mod of the month for August 2017. And that pretty much wraps up this episode of the Morrowind mod of the month. Don't forget to cast your votes for the best mods of September using the poll down in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.